All right, I'd like to welcome Sheldon from Paws, Claws, and Tails. I invited him on the claw today because I enjoy their services. They run a kenneling and daycare facility here in the Moose Jaw area, and we've had a recent few experiences together. And I just wanted to know a bit more about, the goings on of Paws, Claws, and Tails. So to begin with, I guess I just am curious, and the viewers might be interested into how long you've been, running Paws, Claws, and Tails.
So we took over Paws, Claws, and Tails in 2020 in June. It was June 15th, actually. We took over right on my birthday, which was kind of neat. My aunt originally opened and was running the company for about 7 years before we took over, and she kind of helped us get into it. We were actually working with the dogs about a year prior to takeover. So
Perfect.
we've been out and doing things with the animals way before she even, like when she presented us with the idea that, hey, if you guys are interested in this facility, she was looking to more retire from it. And then it was more to Sam and I, it wasn't like, why do we want to get into this industry? It was like, we love the fact we wanted to work with dogs. We've had dogs through our lives since our whole childhood. And it was, how can we get into this industry? And Jim and Carrie really helped us put our foot in the door. And I'm really thankful for that, because I'm excited every day when I go out there to work with people's dogs, and I get to see all different personalities come through my doors, and it's exciting for us. So, we love hanging out with the pets as they come in on the day. And, there are a lot of different stories that happen in the day, and I'm just really excited.
Yeah, for sure. That's great. And just for anyone who's not aware, Sam is your spouse, right?
Yes, my wife.
Yeah, and then the former owners were who he was mentioning before. So that's all great stuff. I'm glad that you guys transitioned into it, and happy to have you as part of the community. And I'm excited to, continue to kind of work together on some things. So it brings me to my next question. Now that we have a little bit of background and understanding of, where you've come from, you reached out to me specifically, I don't know, a month ago or something. Can you highlight for what and why? If you could just share
Yes,
a little bit.
oh, sorry. Absolutely, I can. Um, so originally it was Chelsea, our groomer, or part of our team, who had told me about your services, and she had been using you guys for her agility classes, and she was also using you guys for, I believe, some behavioral classes. And then when she said that, Derek doesn't have he has a newer mentality when working with the dogs. He's using positive behavior reinforcement. That kind of struck home for us, because we really wanted to, utilize some of those tools for our team. And as soon as she told me that, I was like, yeah, we'd already had it in our minds that we wanted to, take the team in for some training and get them to have more of a hands-on with the dogs. And then Chelsea was mentioning you for that you could maybe help us out with that. I went into your facility for our workshop with like the expectation, if I could take one piece of information out of there, that would be good enough for the team, and I ended up taking so much more from that. It was awesome. But yeah, anyways, I tend to ramble a bit on.
No, I mean, you can ramble as long as you want with praise. It's always welcome. Just, I'm teasing you, but yeah. So one really big thing that I found positive, especially with you guys taking over the business, was being proactive of trying to just always learn more, and reaching out to me proactively. Like, it's not like you have like these lingering issues. You're like, you know what, things are going good, but I can see them getting even better. We get some additional support, and let's just see where this takes us, because that's a lot of the mentality that I approach my business with, is proactively being like, I want to make this better for my clients and their dogs. And it just, that same mentality I found you guys coming to me with, and that alignment was really something I liked, especially with alignment as far as like learning theory and like being kind and gentle with animals, which really just made this a very positive you know thing to do together. some of this training, but even the other things outside of that. So I was super excited for that. And I just wanted to emphasize to anyone who's watching is like, this is not typically normal. People tend to wait, business owner as well, till like they need help now. And being proactive is a big sign of strength and awareness that it's like, we want to be the best. What are we going to do to get there? Let's take some steps now. And well, you're well on your way. So that's perfect. The next question I wanted to lead into is just some curiosity of, what things were like for you guys before we had that training seminar.
Yeah, so basically, at our facility, on our busier day, there was a lot more chaos going on, and it was kind of a little bit more stressful at times. So we realized, like, and our staff has been with Paws, Claws, and Tails for a number of years, and we really wanted to bring everybody on the same level. So by bringing them to your workshop and giving them those tools, I was able to use them, like I was able to use those tools and implement them into our daycare system. So that really helped us out, like just all being on the same page now, because everybody was trained, like I said, at different times with different people, and they've been here for a while. And I just wasn't sure that we were all driving on the same page. And then I said, hey, look, we're going to go into Derek Snow's class here, and we can maybe, try to be all on the same level with the positive reinforcement going on. And that so far has been working really good.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just that congruency, right? And everyone kind of looking at situations from the same frame of mind, because you could have 6 staff members and have them having 6 different, what's the word? I guess interpretations of what's happening and then how they should deal with it. So the other thing to just reinforce for myself, for anyone out there, is that really we spent some time establishing some clear indicators for leadership through gentle means, as well as like reinforcing a lot of desirable behaviors, just to kind of close it up. Because sometimes people think like anything positive reinforcement related, they have a conception of it's like we just throw food at the dogs and then that's it. It's like there's a lot more to it than that. And we do, and you guys have implemented, structure and rules and so forth. It's just that we follow through with them. We just don't have to punish because we follow through with the structure and rules that we've imposed. So then things just run more smoothly because the dogs know what to expect. So I'm not sure if you wanted to add on anything to that, or if you wanted to move to the next kind of question.
No, everything that you're saying there sounds exactly what we're using, because the tools that you have shared with us, we've definitely been implementing them in those ways. So no, I don't need to add any more onto that.
Perfect. So then after we had met, did you see, after you had some time to implement some things, what was it like as far as, for the staff or in your facility and so forth? What were things like after we met? Did you see some tangible differences, or is there anything that you wanted to kind of convey?
Oh, we've seen a huge difference, actually. It feels like well, now that we've talked about everything and we've been using some of those tools that you've given us, we're able to put certain personalities of dogs with other dogs, and we just see a better day and a better outcome. It's easier for the team to kind of manage those groups. We were originally separating just by size, and now we separate by size and personalities, and we see that in our daycare facility and all aspects of our facility, even when they're boarding or just staying, that if you're treating these dogs this way, they're getting along better and they're just having a happier day when they coming in and going out. So we're really excited that so far with a lot of those tools, we've been on the right foot, it feels like. So
Good. Yeah. So then things just kind of seem to meld better and give you some more options as far as like groupings and how to keep them going really well, and just more or less allowing the dogs to have a more enjoyable stay to some extent. Obviously they already were, but throughout the entirety of the visit. So that's perfect. One thing I guess I'll question is, were there any unexpected benefits from the training? Because I remember you saying, you're like, I hope I just take one good thing out of this, or,
yeah.
I'll be happy rather if I take one solid thing out of this training seminar or workshop. Was there anything that you noticed as far as some unexpected results or benefits that you didn't
Oh,
anticipate?
yeah, absolutely. Like I could go on about all the all the different tools given us at the training seminar but I don't want to talk for hours about it. The one specific thing that I noticed that we're really weak on or lacking on was our doggy introductions. And basically when an owner brings their dog or a new owner brings their fur baby in to see us, we we're trying a little too hard to get that dog to like us.
Mm.
And when you talked about building layers and levels of trust with the dog, it's easier now for us when we're introducing our dogs that they come into our facility, we give them the time they need to smell the place. There's a lot of new smells, there's a lot of different noises out here at the facility. So when they come in and they start to build those little layers of trust with us, it actually works so much better when we're introducing them to new dogs throughout the day, that they've they've had that introduction, and then they feel more confident and secure with this team and I. And when it goes to introducing our dogs, we can introduce them to one or two dogs at a time with their personality matches, and then away they go, and they have just a better outcome for the day. So that one piece of information, that one tool that you helped us with there, really is like, that one sets out a lot. But there are so many different tools that you have talked about that we were using that I could talk about a lot of them for hours, but that is definitely one we took away the most with our workshop.
Perfect. Yeah, that's definitely positive. So I appreciate you sharing that with me. So that's great. Like, once again, like I said, you guys are really the type of facility, and you have a great team that is really in alignment with my theories and feelings on how to act around dogs and how to raise dogs and so forth. So I was really excited when you reached out and we were able to meet in person, and for me to get to know you guys, and for them, from the staff members I didn't already know, at a deeper level. So that's perfect. The next thing, I just have a handful of questions about your business. So, like, what services, in your words, do you offer right now at Paws, Claws, and Tails?
So our services that we offer, we're basically like a one-stop shop for your pets. We offer grooming, we offer boarding for cats and dogs, and we also offer grooming for cats and dogs. So when when you're going out for a long trip and your dog comes out here, they get cleaned up before they go home, which is nice. A lot of customers appreciate that they can drop them off for the week and then they can be groomed coming home, especially even after doing or in daycare all day, when it's a little more dirty out there and the dogs are playing all day. So it's nice that they get to do that. A couple features that we offer are definitely, we have the daycare facility and outside runs for your dogs to stay in. So when they're in their patios all day, they have access to the outdoors and the indoors. And then through the day, when we're cleaning up the facility, they can go outside and play. And then at the end of the day, when they're brought back in, they always have automatic water dispensers too inside their suite. So all the dogs have access to water all day long.
Right. Okay, perfect. Where are you guys located?
We're located 12 kilometers south of Moose Jaw, and we're just past the Suka Museum.
Okay, perfect. Are you aware of how your services may differ from other kennels or daycare options out there?
Yeah, I feel like for our services that are different, well, we are located, like we live on site. So you always have access to knowing how your dogs are doing. And we definitely take pictures of your dogs every day when they're playing and stuff. So we post those online. So you have like a good understanding of how your dog's doing throughout the day. So that's where I feel like our services are a little different than other kennels. We've also installed Trisanos, which is it's an all natural ozonator cleaning system. So your dogs aren't introduced to harsh chemicals out here. They're definitely in like a cleaner environment. It's friendlier for your dogs and the staff to use all day long.
Oh, for sure.
So yes, we've got quite a few different features.
Well, and like something that comes to me, because sometimes I, got a bit of a pulse on these types of things is, pick up and drop off. Even when we were offering daycare, we never offered pick up and drop off. So that's pretty convenient. If you come to someone's house to pick up their dog from their house, and then you bring it to your facility, and then you drop them off back to their house, that is definitely a really good idea. And well, it's super convenient. I mean, it doesn't get more convenient than that. You literally just have to open your door. So
Yeah, that's right. That is definitely one of our services that we offer. We come in right in the morning. We'll between 7 and 8. We'll come pick up your dog from your house if that's where you need the pickup location to be. Or we also have meet points throughout Moose Jaw that we can meet you at to pick up your dog as well. So, we will meet at like Bussey Park, the Co-op Agro, Mac the Moose at certain times, and Mechanics, but at the military base at certain times, so that you can bring your dog to us. And yeah, a lot of customers too, like will, as we can pick up their dog from even their backyard if they're not home, or they'll even let us come into the house and grab a dog out of the kennel if that's what they've done for the day, just so it's easy for them, to go on their busy working day, and we'll come in and get your dog and drop your dog off after work.
Yeah, for sure. And that's a huge positive. The other positive for me, from my dog trainer lens, is how you introduce the new dogs. Because most facilities, or not most, but a lot that I'm aware of, kind of just, it's like there's a room with, however many dogs, and then any newbies just get pushed in there with the rest of them. And from like a behavioral standpoint, like you deal with a lot of different personalities with clients and their dogs, and not everyone's competent to deal with 10 or 12 or 15 dogs running at them at once. And just the more of your ability to more slowly integrate those cases that need a bit more time, because you have a lot of separate spaces on your property to kind of host these types of things, opposed to like one building with one big area. I thought was really positive too, from my standpoint of things.
That's right. And we really enjoy having the space out here that, like, it's, you're out on an acreage, there's a lot of fresh air for the dogs. So, gets them a little break from the city. And yeah, we definitely have a lot of different segregations and different runs for your dogs to be in. So we can, not only do they have access always into a building, but we also can separate by personality and by, size, with a whole bunch of different runs and options out here. And we're always growing with that idea. So like sooner in the summer, like as the business moves on, I'll be adding more runs and different accesses for the dogs to, have the means to get into the buildings and stuff too.
Yeah, that's super positive, and that's definitely something that sticks out for me. That's pretty much it. And unless there was anything else that you wanted to add, I really appreciate your time today.
No, I really appreciate your time too, Derek. I really appreciate all the help you've helped with the team out, and I look forward to our calls and working with you in the future too.
Absolutely. My pleasure. And thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Have a good day.
You too.